Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Age of the Primes Air Raid. Yep, we got a whole new toy line to start looking at. This being Age of the Primes, which is basically just Power of the Primes done correctly, because, well, this line is going to give us toys of the 13 Primes. And, well, we already do have a few to look at, so stay tuned for those. But we're going to start off this line with one of the aerial bots, this being Air Raid, because, yep, this line is continuing the combiners with Superion, and it seems like next year we're going to get Bruticus. So, yeah, pretty exciting. What's also exciting is we get to see what the boxes for Age of the Primes are like. And, I mean, this box design has definitely had a bit of, controversy, I'll say. So, basically, in 2025, this is what Transformers boxes are now. They're doing it with Age of the Primes, and they're doing it with Studio Series. So we've got the Transformers logo here horizontally now. We've got Age of the Primes, Aerial Bot Air Raid. We've got him in both modes right here. Got the artwork. Here, it actually says how many steps it takes to transform him. And one thing I quite like, plastic windows are back. Yep, no more stealing heads. They've brought back plastic windows. Thank Primus. So that's a really good upgrade. Here we got a picture of Superion right there to get you all hyped up when he eventually releases. So this is one of 5 of Superion. Again, Air Raid. This side we got some of the Primes. I think this is Onyx. I think Amalgamus. I think that's Leech Maximo. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Leech Maximo because I remember that symbol from one of the Prime Masters I've got. So yeah, the side artwork mural isn't as cool as the statues of the 13 this time, but the back, of course, we got them in both modes. A wheel of all of the 13 Primes symbols. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And honestly, I quite like this box design. I know many people hate it, but honestly, I quite like it. It kind of brings back a lot of classic stuff, like, come on, plastic windows are back. So, yeah. And of course, all the Age of the Primes boxes use it. Although for the Primes, they got this cool gold design. I'll look more into this box when we review Solus. And yes, Studio Series boxes are switching to this design as well, which we'll talk about when we review more Studio Series figures. So yeah, enough rambling on, let's actually talk about the figure. So, for Air Raid here, of course, he's one of the aerial bots, and these were some of the first Autobot jets. Like, the whole shtick was literally, oh, we should make some Autobot jets because, well, the Decepticons made some cars, or it was the way. Actually, I think it was, it was the other way around. I think, but yeah, the Aerobots was some of the first Autobot jets. Which, yeah, there's plenty nowadays, but back in the 80s, yeah, the Autobots were primarily like cars. Like the jets were Decepticon things, so to have some Autobot jets back in the day was pretty cool. And this guy talking about Decepticon jets, this is literally Starscream's jet mode. This is an F-15, so. But honestly, this guy looks pretty cool. Of course, we've got the black right here, so he kind of looks like Skywarp. But of course, we've got the Autobot symbols on the wings. And if you were to compare this with the Combiner Wars version, which I will freeze soon, I much prefer these wings over the Combiner Wars ones. But anyway, of course, with the tail fins and something rather interesting. These are separate pieces. Like, the tail fins are actually packed separately in the box. Like, they come in a little tissue paper that the guns come in as well. So, I guess these could be accessories. Like, but yeah, I guess it's just so he could be held in the packaging without these things getting in the way. Because once you plug these in, you don't have to remove them again. But yeah, it's something rather interesting. But anyway, got the back. Got some boosters right there. And can these take blast effects? Yes, they can. So you can just have them flying in the air. I don't know, maybe getting into a dogfight with one of the Seekers. But yeah, these do take blast effects, which is pretty cool. And I guess we should talk about the elephant in the room here. Yeah, it's a whole lot of robots. Yeah, that's pretty typical for the aerial bots. They just crumple up and they have a jet-themed backpack that unfolds. But, Although one thing I do like is the chest just folds out and forms a landing gear. Although it doesn't really touch it doesn't touch my table that well, so... But still, it's a nice attempt at a landing gear. But yeah, it doesn't touch the table, unfortunately. His huge stompers touch the table instead. But hey, it's still good aesthetic. At least he has a landing gear. So yeah. So that's pretty much it for the jet mode, so... Let's move on to the accessories, and... If you don't count the tail fins, and he comes with 2 accessories. These 2 guns. And these plug in here on the wings. So we're just going to plug these into here. There we go. So now he really looks like a Seeker with the freaking guns right there. But can these take blast effects? Yes, they can. So, even though we're past both the War for Cybertron trilogy and the Legacy trilogy, we're still doing blast effects, which is amazing. Oh, that one's quite warped, but eh. But still, this looks pretty cool. Like, if you get them onto a stand, you can probably get some cool, like, aerial dogfight shots. So, yeah. And honestly, I quite like this jet mode. As of recording, I don't have Slingshot or Silverbolt yet, but I'm sure that they're going to look really good as well. And of course, Fireflight and Skydive haven't been revealed yet, but I can't wait to see them as well, so we can have Superion fighting Menasor. And of course, Bruticus is also on the way. Combiners are so back. But anyway, here's a picture of Combiner Wars Air Raid. Of course, I don't have that figure, but here's a picture of him so you can see just how different it is, because I'm pretty sure the Combiner Wars figure is an entirely different jet altogether. Like this is the normal F-15 that Air Raid transforms into. I'm pretty sure the Combiner Wars version is an F-14, I think. Point is, the wings are entirely different. This has normal wings. The Combiner Wars version has, like, weird wings that, like, can go outwards, which is... I mean, it was a cool take on Air Raid, but in hindsight, it kind of looks weird. I would still like to get it as Blackwing, though, because I've got Power of the Prime's Darkwind, or like whatever it's called, Dreadwind. See, I'm getting the characters mixed up, but I would still like to get that mold as Blackwing. So, yeah. But trust me, this guy looks way better. So, yeah. Now that we've talked about the jet mode, well, let's move on to the transformation, and honestly, there's not really anything surprising here. I think the most surprising thing is the boosters actually get swallowed up by the legs. Like, the way that the legs transform kind of reminds me of Combinador Scrapper. So I'm just going to remove the guns from the wings. And you know what? Just before we do the robot mode, let's do the leg mode. Now, the leg mode's not in the instructions for whatever reason. Maybe that'll be in Silverbolt's instructions, but I'm going to do my best estimate on what the leg mode's like. So I'm just going to flip around the tail fins here. So just get all that folded up. Fold up the main wings, fold on the tail fin. Get this front section here. That just folds down, and there's the tabs here that go into here. So got the entire nose cone just down like so. And then the head actually folds into here. I'm like, that's just for the combined mode. So, yeah. And I guess you can also plug in the guns somewhere, like keep them on the wings, but I'm going to keep them off for the robot mode. But, well, here's my best guess on what the leg mode for Air Raid is going to be like. Like, it's just going to plug onto the frame for Superion, and, well, there you go. It's not like Breakdown where you just fold up the front of the car and that's it. No, this guy actually kind of scrunches up. And honestly, I can kind of see this being the leg mode, because we've got some ports here, some bits here on the shoulders that can go into the frame. Yeah, I can see this working. I might have this the wrong way. I might have this the right way. I don't know. There's no instructions yet for this guy's leg mode. But yeah, that's pretty much my best guess on what the leg mode is going to be like. So let's actually move on to the robot mode for this guy now. There we go. So to start off, you actually do want to spin around the tail fins here. Then these side ones are just going to fold up. And then let's transform the legs. And as I said, the way that the legs transform definitely reminds me of Combinador Scrapper. And I guess to a lesser extent, SS86 Scrapper, which I still really want to get. Of course, it's sold out everywhere, but eh. So we're just going to take these top bits and just extend them out like so. So that's the back bit. And then we're just going to untap these bits from here. And I guess if you want, you can leave the legs untransformed like a fly mode, or this is how he's packaged. But we're just going to take the feet, get them transformed like so. So just going to untap them. And then just get these in like so. And then split the legs, and that's how the legs transform. Of course, the nose cone just untaps and folds down, similar to the Combinador's aerial bots. I know I said Seekers there. The wings just fold up like so. Arms, well, they actually go into this little port right here. Just gonna untap those. Get the hand out. There we go. Split the wings out so he looks more like Air Raid. Spin the head around. And here we have Air Raid in robot mode. And yeah, that's quite a simple transformation, but honestly, I still quite like it. I mean, of course it's simple. It's one of the aerial bots. It's not going to have really intricate transformations, but still, I really like that transformation. And well, the resulting robot mode is, well, I'm sure this guy's going to look really good next to Slingshot and Silverbolt. But just having a 360 of him. Of course, he pretty much has the entire nose cone on his back, as per the cartoon. But if that does bother you, then I guess you can have it some other way. No, that's more ugly, so he'll just have to deal with that. But that is cartoon accurate. And we can see that, yeah, the back is mostly colored black, whereas the front, we got white and red, and nice two-tone color scheme going on here. And for the face, I kind of miss the blue forehead of the Combiner Wars version, but still, I really like this. And of course, we can still have it so you can fold out the landing gear so he can play peekaboo if he wants, because why not? So yeah. And of course, the guns can just plug in. Nice and simple. Or if you want, they can just stay on the wings. But yeah, like overall, like first impressions when I first got this guy out the box was, yeah, this is a really solid figure. Like I can shake him and those legs are not flopping around. This is a really solid figure. I'm not sure if it's because I got lucky with QC or if he's just a really solid figure, but this guy is not flopping around. I can get this guy into a variety of poses, and as long as he's got like good balance, he's gonna hold that pose. He's not gonna flop around. So yeah, definitely really impressed there. And what else can I say? Because honestly, it's one of the aerial bots. Like his main purpose is to be Olympus Superion. So I guess we can just move on to comparing him with the Combiner Wars figure. And honestly, again, I think I kind of prefer how this guy looks. Like, yeah, the Combiner Wars version looks really cool, especially with the shoulders being all like, pointed upwards and how the wings are pointed upwards. But again, this is meant to be more cartoon accurate. Like the Combiner Wars Air Raid was meant to be more stylized. Plus, the white bit in the chest that was sent into the combiner ports. I mean, I kind of wish that they kept the blue forehead, as I said, but still, I think I definitely prefer this guy. But I think I'm just being biased because come on, it's a new toy line. But still. Now, for this guy's articulation, well, of course, has on a ball joint so he can look around. You can look up like this, or like this if you want him to do like a flying pose. Of course, the arms can move around like so. You can T-pose. He's got elbows. He's got bicep rotation. Hands, there's nothing at the rest of it. It can curl inwards. I can actually do that. I'll just take the gun out for this. They can curl inwards for the transformation. Waist can rotate. You can kick forwards. You can kick backwards. It's got 90 degrees at the knee there. That's over there at the thigh. Really good splits. And a really good ankle pivot. Like, holy crap, that is really good. And of course, the feet can move, so you can do some like kneeling poses if you want. Overall, I am really impressed with this air raid. And for a first figure from Age of the Primes, I think I'm off to a good start. Like, he's solid, he looks cool, he's the first of a combiner team. It's like Dragstrip, because Dragstrip was really good as well. And honestly, I think the rest of the aerial bots are just as good. Like, I've not, like, as of the time of recording, I've not gone Slingshot yet, but I do hope to get him. So, yeah. My first impressions with Age of the Primes as a whole, because I've got this guy, I've got the two Primes. I've got Megatronus and Solus. And just today, this guy came, so I'm yet to open him. So, overall, my first impression so far, I am really happy with this toy line right now. Like, it's really cool, and plus the entire, well, like most of next year's line has been released as well. So I'm really excited for that as well. So yeah, I am really hyped for each of the Primes. So, do I have complaints with this guy? I mean, I do have some complaints. Like, this is not a perfect figure. Like, when this guy's in jet mode, the landing gear doesn't really reach the ground that well. He's more just relying on his feet to stay on the ground in jet mode. Also, if he's standing just in robot mode, he can probably blend in a bit with some other figures. That's one thing I'll get to the Combiner Wars figure. He had a bit more color on him. But still, this guy looks really nice. I can't really think of any actual physical issues aside from the landing gear, because this guy looks really nice and accurate. Maybe I wish that these weren't like accessories in the box, but I can see why they did it. Just because of how this guy's packaged. And honestly, do I recommend Air Raid? Absolutely. This is a really good figure. Like, he's solid, he's not loose whatsoever, and come on. He's part of a Combiner, and I'm pretty sure Superion is going to be really good. So yeah, we're off to a good start with Age of the Primes. Contrary to what Megatron said, the Age of the Primes has just begun. So yeah. This has been my review on Age of the Primes Air Raid, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.